Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video. This is a reaction to 101 ridiculous US history facts that will blow your mind. I'm going to probably split this into two videos because I've got a lot of stuff to do today. But hopefully this is a good video. I enjoy fact videos and it's a history based one, so it should be interesting. But I guess we're going to see and find out once reacting to it. But hopefully you're all doing well. And yeah, let's just jump into this reaction and see what information they've got for us to learn.
American history is full of more than just heroic
is it AI? Fuck's sake, bro.
deeds and groundbreaking discoveries. It's also
It's literally all AI.
brimming with surprising,
This shit is so creepy.
sometimes absurd moments. Get ready to dive into a world of unexpected facts that will reveal a hidden side of the past.
What the fuck is
Today,
going on?
we're uncovering 101 quirky stories from US history that are guaranteed to amaze you. 1. Did you know George Washington had a bit of a dental problem?
Mate, this video is I'm just gonna react to it and see, but this is creeping me the fuck out.
It's common knowledge he had wooden teeth, right? Wrong. His dentures were made of ivory, human teeth, and even metal springs. Forget about brushing and flossing. Imagine trying to eat with that. 2. In the 1950s, the
I'm struggling to focus on it because this is just creeping me out.
CIA launched a secret project called Acoustic Kitty. Their goal? Train cats to spy on Soviet agents by implanting microphones in their ears.
Right.
The program was a complete disaster, as the cats predictably refused to follow orders. 3. Speaking of animals, Benjamin Franklin wanted the turkey, not the bald eagle, to be America's national bird.
Damn.
He thought eagles were lazy and turkeys were more respectable. Just imagine Thanksgiving with a side of roasted national pride. 4. In 1893, an Ohio man named Charles Anderson was elected governor. But here's the kicker. He didn't know it for weeks because the telegram announcing his victory got delayed. Talk about a suspenseful plot twist.
Bro,
5.
this is creeping me out. What the fuck? AI is so weird.
Did you know that in 1917, a man was arrested in Montana for smiling? That's right. He smiled during a court session, and it was deemed contempt of court. Apparently, justice was served with a straight face back then. 6.
Right.
The shortest war in American history lasted just 37 minutes. It happened in 1898 when a U.S. naval ship showed up off the coast of Nicaragua, flexed its cannons, and ended a territorial dispute before lunch. Efficiency at its finest. 7. In 1913, the U.S. Congress passed a law banning the importation of ugly people. The law was meant to...
I mean, look at these people here. I understand why. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But how do you ban ugly people? I'm really struggling to focus on what's being said because I'm just looking at this and it's creeping me out. Okay, let's just focus on the words.
In 1913,
Come on.
the U.S. Congress passed a law banning the importation of ugly people.
Damn.
The law was meant to limit the immigration of people considered undesirable at the time, but its vague language led to serious confusion and was quickly repealed. 8. During Prohibition in the 1920s, bootleggers smuggled booze in baby carriages. Forget crying babies. Imagine a cop lifting the blanket to find a bottle of whiskey. That's one way to keep parenting spirited.
Yeah, I
9.
guess.
In 1876, Congress was so tired of hearing a certain politician's endless speeches, they passed a rule to limit debate time. This one guy, Benjamin Butler, is why we have time limits today. That's a legacy no one asked for. 10. The state of Indiana once tried to legally redefine the value of pi to 3.2 in 1890.
I'm sorry, I don't know if I can sit through all of this. I've started it now, so I don't know, but it's really fucking me off. Look how shit this AI is. I think AI now is a lot better at doing this sort of stuff, but
No one asked for. 10. The state of Indiana
look at their faces.
once tried to legally redefine the value.
Look, this is on 1080p as well, so it's not even a bad quality. And the thing is, this is quite a mad law, but I just can't focus on that. Okay, I'm looking at the text now, that's it.
Of pi to 3.2 in 1897. It was supposed to make math easier for students, but mathematicians protested, calling it the dumbest thing since square wheels.
Fair.
11. In 1917, during World War I, the US government started a campaign to get everyone to speak more American.
Huh?
Basically, they wanted to eliminate foreign languages entirely.
What the fuck?
It was part of an attempt to unite the nation, but it didn't take long before they realized that maybe speaking multiple languages wasn't such a bad thing.
Speaking
12.
American isn't even a thing. What are you on about? God, the AI really jars me.
In 1929,
Just look at the text. That's all I'm looking at.
a man in California tried to sell the rights to the moon. He claimed that since the US had not yet officially claimed the moon, it was still available for purchase. Unsurprisingly,
Okay.
no one took him up on the offer, and the moon remains unowned for now. 13.
What the fuck just happened to his voice? He just turned German.
In 1915, the United States attempted to establish a National Toilet Paper Day in honor of the newly popular household product. Unfortunately, the campaign got lost amid a sea of national events, but it led to a brief period when people discussed the best toilet paper brands in history. 14. During World War II, the US government built a fake neighborhood in Tennessee to test the effects of nuclear bombs. They even furnished the homes with mannequins, proving America doesn't do anything halfway. 15.
Yeah, I know that.
In 1945, a plane accidentally crashed into the Empire State Building, but the building didn't budge. The structural damage? Minimal.
What?
The pilot's reputation? Totally
What the fuck is this?
wrecked. 16. In the 1800s, people believed tomatoes were poisonous and called them poison apples.
Damn.
This myth lasted until one brave man ate a whole basket in public to prove everyone wrong. Turns out, he just wanted to enjoy a BLT in peace.
Right.
17. In 1835, someone tried to assassinate Andrew Jackson, but both of the shooter's pistols misfired. Jackson, never one to back down, chased the guy down and beat him with his cane. Moral of the story? Don't mess with Old Hickory. 18.
I can't even memorize who Andrew Jackson is, so that doesn't really give me anything. I assume like an ex-political person.
Forget about the moon landing. Back in 1920, a group of American scientists were convinced that humans could live on Mars if they just figured out how to breathe Martian air through a space helmet.
I'm surprised they really knew about Mars more than just a planet at this point in time. I guess at this point in time they didn't know much about Mars. They just knew Mars was a thing. As to why they thought this was possible.
Spoiler alert, it didn't work out, and we're still waiting for Mars vacations.
I need
19.
that shit.
In the 1930s, a town in Texas held a beauty contest for feet. Women's faces were covered with bags, and judges rated their toes instead. Because who cares about personality when you have symmetrical big toes? 20.
Right. There's some men that would absolutely kill for that today. I'm telling you right now.
Ever heard of the Great Chicago Fire of 1871? Sure
Yes,
you have.
I have.
But what you might not know is that it wasn't Mrs. O'Leary's cow that caused it.
What?
It was likely careless gamblers. Talk about bad bets. 21.
Right.
During World War II, the US government genuinely thought bats could win battles. They developed a bizarre plan called the Bat Bomb, which involved strapping tiny incendiary devices to live bats and releasing them over enemy cities. The idea? The bats would roost in buildings and start fires everywhere. Sounds clever, until the bats got loose during testing and accidentally set a US military base on fire.
Jesus.
Oops. 22. In 1916, President Woodrow Wilson's re-election campaign featured a mascot that was unusual to say the least. Meet Old Ike, a ram that Wilson proudly paraded around. Not only was Ike famous for
Why is it smoking a cigar?
a ram that Wilson proudly paraded around.
What is going on? It's fucking blazing that shit as well.
Not only was Ike famous for his aggressive behavior, but he also had a unique talent, chewing tobacco. Nothing screams presidential pride like a spitball.
What the fuck is this? This is so creepy.
Sheep. 23. The US government once tried to train seagulls to locate enemy
Bro, I gotta see the comments of this video, man. I hope people are laughing at this shit. How has this only got 600 dislikes? This is the worst video I've ever seen. The AI bloopers are hilarious. People actually, like, I'll be honest, I would never watch this in my own time because this is just honestly horrible. But people don't care. People are barely even talking about it. This is so weird. Bro, this is awful. I'm going to watch it until 10 minutes in and then I'm done because this is actually just triggering me. Like, some of the information is quite interesting. Don't know how true a lot of it is because of this video, but it's just irking me.
Submarines during World War II. The plan? Equip the birds with little cameras and send them to patrol the coastline.
See, the thing is, these kinds of AI like sort of things are quite cool because like you can sort of give it a prompt and it will do this, and this looks quite cool. It's just everything around it.
Equip the birds with little cameras and send them to patrol the coastline. Shockingly, the seagulls weren't interested in military service and mostly just wandered off looking for snacks. 24.
Why does he look like he's like...
Mostly just wandered off looking for snacks.
He looks like he's done something in his pants, man.
24.
I'm not gonna lie.
Back in the early 1800s, the streets of New Orleans had a serious pig problem. Stray hogs roamed freely, causing chaos everywhere. The city responded with an ingenious solution. They passed a law requiring all pigs to wear bells. That way, at least you'd hear the stampede coming.
Oh,
25.
that's pretty cool.
In 1967, the U.S. tried to replace its national anthem with a pop song called The Star-Spangled Banner, the remix. It was a much more upbeat version of the anthem, but it didn't get past Congress, and the traditional anthem stayed in place. 26. During the Prohibition era, pharmacists found a sneaky way to keep the booze flowing. They could legally prescribe medicinal whiskey to patients.
Oh, wow.
Walgreens, a growing pharmacy chain at the time, leaned into this loophole and
Bro, medicinal alcohol. That's such a mad thought.
expanded from 20 stores to over 400 during Prohibition. Business was booming, literally. 27. In 1835, a con artist in New York City fooled people into believing the moon was inhabited by bat people. He published fake articles in a newspaper, complete with illustrations of lunar civilizations. The public ate it up, proving that fake news existed long before social media. 28. The state of Kentucky once passed a law requiring...
I'll be honest, I was just looking at the people here. I did not pay attention to any of this. These fucking... I was just focusing on how dodgy this stuff looks. Alright, let me listen. Oh, moon people being crazy.
believing the moon was inhabited by bat people.
Oh, yeah.
He published fake articles in a newspaper, complete with illustrations of lunar civilizations. The public ate it up, proving that fake news existed long before social media.
This
28.
is so cooked.
The state of Kentucky once passed a law requiring every citizen to bathe at least once a year. The reasoning? Hygiene wasn't exactly a priority
Once
in
a
the
year, and that was good.
1800s, and lawmakers thought they could encourage people to clean up. Apparently, annual showers were a big step forward. 20
Was my man in the bath? What?
Apparently, annual
Jesus
showers were a
Christ.
big step forward.
What does this say? Man, okay, yeah. That's the thing with AI. It can't do text for some reason.
29. In the 1940s, the U.S. Treasury printed $100,000 bills. These weren't for everyday use, of course. They were strictly for transferring funds between Federal Reserve banks. Still, can you imagine whipping one out to pay for groceries? 30. In 1906, President Teddy Roosevelt decided to ban Christmas trees in the White House, claiming they were harmful to the environment. His sons, however, weren't having it. They snuck a tree into their room anyway, proving even a president can't win a fight with kids determined to celebrate Christmas. 31. In 1870, a group of Americans attempted to form a new nation in the middle of the Pacific Ocean called the Kingdom of Hawaii. They tried to declare independence from the United States, but after a brief period of rule, they were forced to surrender, and Hawaii became a U.S. territory in 1898.
Right.
32. In 1915, San Francisco hosted the Panama Pacific International Exposition, a world's fair celebrating the opening of the Panama Canal. Among the many attractions was an unusual contest, a beauty pageant for cows. That's right, they crowned Miss Holstein 1915 for being the most fabulous bovine.
Man, Americans love a beauty pageant. You have it for kids, you have it for animals. Like, what the fuck? Oh, okay, this video really gave me the heebie-jeebies. I'm sorry for reacting to it for so long. I'm definitely not going to be reacting to part 2, because again, some of the information in this is quite interesting. It's just putting me off. The video is just putting me off. But hopefully you enjoyed these 32 facts. And yeah, AI is creepy as hell. I mean, in like 5 years' time, this AI stuff will all look real, but just for now, it looks fucking horrifying. But yeah, that's it. And until next time, subscribe. Peace.